Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm just doing a sort of smaller video today, my favourite first watches of 2024. Now what I mean by this is not the top 10 films of 2024, it's the top 10 films that I watched for the first time in the year of 2024. I did want to do this a lot earlier. I mean, obviously we're quite a few months into the year of 2025 now, but you know, yeah, better late than never, I suppose. So I'm going to do some honourable mentions first and then go through the top 10 favourite first watches of last year. First honourable mention is Milk. This is directed by Gus Van Sant. It stars Sean Penn, and it's about Harvey Milk, who was a gay rights activist and politician. And yeah, so it's a very good film. It's an unbelievable performance from Sean Penn. It's unlike anything he's ever done before. And yeah, it's just really investing from start to finish. Really good film. And next is Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I really liked this film. It's really charming. Had amazing animation. It was really funny. I liked the characters a lot. It was very good villains involved. Death obviously was a really good villain, and I can't remember the name of the character, but the person that was played by John Mulaney. And yeah, it was emotional at times as well. So yeah, definitely enjoyed this film. How to Train Your Dragon, another animated film. Another honourable mention, and yeah, really nice film. I love the bond between the boy and the dragon. The music's great, the animated locations look amazing, and all the voice acting's great. Yeah, it's just a really enjoyable film again. I saw the second as well. It wasn't quite as good as the first for me, and I still need to see the third. But yeah, first one was definitely a very good film. And the last honourable mention is The Elephant Man. Of course, David Lynch passed away recently. Of course, he was an incredibly talented director, and his work has obviously changed cinema in many ways, and obviously he's inspired so many aspiring filmmakers as well. But yeah, I'd heard about this film for years from family members, and it's one of Carl Pilkington's favourite films, who I'm a big fan of. And yeah, it's a very powerful film. You know, it's amazing, unreal performance from John Hurt, as well as Anthony Hopkins as well. He's one of the best actors working today. And yeah, it's pretty upsetting in places, but it's a very human film. Yeah, a hard watch at times, but you know, with the way people treat him, but definitely an essential watch, I would say. So yeah, that's the honourable mentions. So now we get into the top 10 first watches of 2024. So my number 10 pick is Sin Street. So Sin Street is a 2016 film, I believe, and yeah, it's a feel-good, you know, pretty uplifting film set in Ireland in the 1980s. And this boy basically, after moving to school, starts a band with a bunch of other kids and falls in love with a girl. And yeah, it's a really great coming-of-age film with great performances and uplifting messages and great music too. Some really great actors in this, like Aidan Gillen and Lucy Boynton, I believe you pronounce her name. This was one of the earlier, I think it was January last year I saw this film, but yeah, it was a really good film, and very uplifting, and I'll definitely recommend it if you're looking for great coming of age films.
Rock and roll is a risk. You risk being ridiculed.
But I don't know how to write a song.
Close that door and sit down.
Really?
It's gonna be a long night.
I have school in the morning.
This is school.
Number 9 is Do the Right Thing. This is of course a Spike Lee joint, and yeah, he's been a director that's been on my radar for a while, but I didn't really start watching his films until early last year. Still not gone through all of them, but I've seen quite a few of them, and this is definitely my favourite of his work that I've seen so far. It was a very realistic and mature, I might say, depiction of racism. Just all the anger that builds up on this hot summer day is really amazingly showcased, and the amazing cinematography as well just sort of adds to that atmosphere. I just love how the tension just builds and builds, and you really get to know all the characters in this neighbourhood. And yeah, the film's set over one day. I am a big fan of films that are set over one day. And yeah, it's got excellent performances from the likes of Spike Lee, even he's in the film, he stars in the film. Danny Aiello, I believe you pronounce his name. John Turturro, Giancarlo Esposito. Just an amazing stacked cast. The use of music and the radio as well was great. Samuel Jackson, quite a pivotal role in that regard. And yeah, it was a great film. It was a very powerful film, very investing film. And yeah, definitely, as I said, my favourite Spike Lee that I've seen so far.
But this is my pizzeria. American Italians on the wall only.
Take it easy, pal.
And you, hey, don't stop me today.
What? Yeah, that might be fine, Sal, but you own this. Rarely do I see any American Italians eating in here. All I see is black folks. So since we spend much money here, we do have some say.
Number 8 is The Holdovers. This was a great film. I loved this film. Definitely one of the best of the 2020s for me. It's set in the 70s, and basically Paul Giamatti's character is a teacher at boarding school, and he has to sort of look after students over the Christmas period who have nowhere to go. Particularly the main character, Angus, for certain reasons, played amazingly by Dominic Sessa, I believe you pronounce his name. But yeah, it's just such an enjoyable film, with the best Paul Giamatti performance I've seen so far of his work. And yeah, Divine Joy Randolph, because of great performance here as well. Yes, I just loved everything about this film. I love the sort of cosy, wintry feel of it. And yeah, so it's a comforting film to watch, and one of the best in recent years. Definitely recommend it.
There's nobody here, okay? Just us two losers and a grieving mom. So let's cut the shit. You stay out of my way, and I'll stay out of yours.
That's a detention.
Yeah.
You just earned yourself a detention, sir. Now get back here.
Being here with you is already one big fucking detention.
Son of a bitch, that's another detention.
Number 7 is Cinema Paradiso. This is a film that I've heard about for a long, long time. It's obviously in the top 250 on IMDb. And yeah, it's set in Italy, and it follows this kid and his love for cinema, basically, and the sort of friendship that grows between him and a projectionist. And yeah, it's a beautiful film. The first half is definitely a lot better for me when it follows his childhood, and the second half does become a lot less investing for me when it sort of skips ahead quite a few years, but I don't think the romance was perhaps as investing as the film thought it was, for me anyway. But it was still, you know, it was still really good, and the ending in particular is very powerful. But yeah, the first half of the film is pretty close to masterful for me, and yeah, so overall I did absolutely love the film. It's just the second half is a definite dip for me from the first half, but of course I do love the film, and that's why it's on this list.
Allora questo me ne posso prendere?
No, senta mia. Perché? Cosa? Prima che ti do un calcio in culo, noi due facciamo un patto. Tutte queste pezze qua sono tuoi. Te le regalo.
Grazie.
Prego. Però, numero 1, qua non ci deve venire più. Numero 2, te li tengo io. Capisti?
Va bene.
Va bene. Allora d'accordo. E ora vattene.
Number 6 is Adventureland. This was one of the most surprising films I saw last year. I mean, it was just, I just did not expect to love it this much. It's not that well, I mean, it is well rated-ish. It's just not got like amazing reviews, but I was really blown away by this film. Yeah, basically Jesse Eisenberg's character can't go on his planned vacation because his father loses his job, so he gets a summer job at a theme park so he can basically save up for his vacation. The cast in this is great. Of course, you have Jesse Eisenberg, who gives a great performance, and you also have Kristen Stewart, who's amazing in this. Ryan Reynolds as well gives a really good performance. There's Bill Hader, Kristen Wiig. It's just a really great cast. And yeah, the relationship between Kristen Stewart and Jesse Eisenberg at the centerpiece was really investing, and I just loved the theme park setting and the just great blend of comedy and drama. Definitely just a great comedy film. Completely took me by surprise. And yeah, I'll definitely recommend seeing it if you haven't already.
$1 buys 5 rings. If one of the rings lands on one of the red bottles, they win a giant-ass panda.
That is a giant-ass panda.
Yeah, it's the best prize in the park, and that's because this game is unwinnable. Observe. I'll drop a ring from 3 inches away.
So nobody ever wins?
If someone wins a giant-ass panda on your watch, you should just go home because you're fired.
Top 5 now. So my number 5 is Billy Elliot. Yeah, I really love this film. It's set in the 80s during the miners' strike, and it's about a boy who has a passion for ballet dancing but struggles with certain external factors like his father wanting him to do boxing and stuff. But he soon starts to learn lessons from dance teacher played by Julie Walters, and yeah, it's a very inspiring, very powerful story. Jamie Bell was excellent in the film as Billy Elliot, and you also have great performances from the likes of Julie Walters and Gary Lewis. All the characters are so great in this and so well written. Of course, Billy Elliot's a fantastic character, as is the brother and the father and the dance teacher played by Julie Walters. But I also found the friend Michael to be a really amazing character, and I think it's great when films like this have a wide variety of characters that are made with a lot of love, a lot of care, and genuineness that will really be able to connect with a wide variety of people. As I mentioned before, it's set during the miners' strike in the 80s, and the brother and father of Billy Elliot are miners who go on strike, and so that's, you know, an important plot element that's weaved throughout the film that I found really investing as well. And yeah, it's very powerful, very enjoyable, very British, and yeah, just a great film. Definitely recommend it.
Forward and up.
Why don't you join in?
Forward and up. Photograph forward and up and hold.
My number 4 pick is Our Relations, a Lauren Hardy feature film. I absolutely love Lauren Hardy. They've been with me throughout my whole life, basically. You know, from as a kid, it would be on BBC, I'm pretty sure. They'd show loads of Lauren Hardy shorts and features on BBC One or BBC Two, and we'd tape them. And honestly, I don't think there's anything in the world really as funny as Lauren Hardy. I think they are the absolute peak of comedy. And yeah, this is just another amazing feature film of theirs. I had not seen this one before, and yeah, it was unsurprisingly pretty great. But yeah, it's got a hilarious plot that they have long lost twin brothers basically called Alf and Bert, and people keep thinking they're Stan and Ollie and stuff, and without ruining it, it leads to a lot of hilarious moments. It's classic Lauren Hardy. It's not one of their absolute best feature films, but it's still an amazing film, and it's hysterical comedy and just literally, you know, like can't breathe type hysterical for me. And yeah, just I love Laurel and Hardy. I've watched them throughout my whole life. I will continue to watch them for the rest of my life. And yeah, this was another amazing film from them.
Just a minute. Do you think I'm such a sap that I'd let you get away from here without paying that bill? Now you either give me that dough, or I'll beat you both up, or I'll have you pinched. Or maybe I'll beat you both up and have you pinched too.
Can't you make up your mind?
My number 3 pick is Rosemary's Baby. This is a film I've heard about for a long time, and it's always on best horror lists and stuff. And yeah, this is just a really terrifying horror film. I don't want to say too much about the plot other than a couple move into a New York apartment, she's pregnant, and things happen. The first 30 minutes weren't at an unbelievable level. It was still really good. It felt almost like a Woody Allen type film at first, maybe just because of the New York apartments and the dialogue felt very natural. But yeah, from a certain point onwards, this film is just unbelievable. The neighbours, the community surrounding these people, everyone that gets involved with their life. There's so many subtle hints throughout the film that all lead towards a really big payoff. It's a terrifying film, a really, really scary film. For me personally, I was horrified. I was really disturbed by this film. And there's not a single jump scare, if I remember correctly, throughout, and yet it's scared me more than most films out there. I just love how this film, there's just so many details and small plot elements throughout that all lead to such an amazing conclusion, as I said. And the performances are some of the best in horror history for me, particularly from Mia Farrow and John Cassavetes. Just really unbelievable performances. Yeah, it quickly became one of my favourite horror films, and definitely an honourable mention. Well, I'll put it in my previous video as an honourable mention for my top 10. And yeah, it really surprised me, and obviously it's often held in high regard by a lot of people, but yeah, I was still completely surprised by how much I loved this film. If you're a horror fan, it's a must-watch.
Covens in Europe, in America, and in Australia, and they have one right here. That whole bunch. The parties with the singing and the flute and the chanting, those are Espas or Sabbaths or
Honey,
whatever
don't get
they're called.
excited, huh?
Read what they do, Guy. They use blood in their rituals, and the blood that has the most power is baby's blood. And they don't just use the blood, they use the flesh, too.
Rosemary, for God's sakes.
My number 2 pick is The Colour Purple. This is a Steven Spielberg film based on a novel of the same name. And yeah, it mainly follows a character named Celie throughout her life, and from when she's just a teenager and she's sold by her abusive father to be a wife to Danny Glover's character, who's also abusive to her. And yeah, we sort of follow her life from teenager to adult. The adult version, of course, being played by Whoopi Goldberg. It's not just focused on her, there are other characters as well, like her sister is a very prominent character, but I don't want to reveal too much. But yeah, the performances are amazing from the likes of Whoopi Goldberg, Oprah Winfrey, and Danny Glover, of course. It's a very dark and upsetting film at times, but because it's Spielberg, he also manages to make it so full of hope, and it's just a really beautiful film and a testament to Spielberg as a director that he can do something like this in this subject matter and just this much sadness, and yet it's a film that makes you hopeful about life. And it's just a really, again, a testament to Spielberg as a director. I think it's fully deserving of all the award nominations it got. It was nominated for 11 Oscars but didn't win any at all, which is a shame. But regardless, it's an incredible film. Spielberg is one of the greatest directors of all time for me, if not the best. Possibly it's him and Kubrick are sort of my top 2, but yeah, this is just one of his many great films. And yeah, definitely my second favourite first watch of last year.
I think it pisses God off if you walk by the color purple in a field and don't notice it.
Well, you saying it just want to be loved like it say in the Bible?
Yeah, Celie. Everything want to be loved.
So yeah, we get to my number 1 favourite first watch of 2024, and my number 1 pick is Chef, directed by Jon Favreau. This is a 2014 film, and it's one of the most feel-good films I think I've ever seen. It stars Jon Favreau as a chef called Carl, who basically reignites his passion for cooking throughout the film when, for certain reasons, he opens up a food truck and travels to different places with his son and certain other characters, and they basically serve amazing food on the road. The relationship Carl has with his son Percy throughout the film is really investing and heartwarming to watch, and the kid is really well played by MJ Anthony, and even the relationship that Carl has with his ex-wife, played by Sofia Vergara, was really nice to watch. It's nice to see a positive depiction, you know, for a change, of exes, you know, ex-partners. It's quite a trope in films that, you know, there's not necessarily a positive depiction of that type of relationship. But yeah, she gives a great performance as well. John Leguizamo gives possibly his best performance here, other than Ice Age maybe, but yeah, he's really great and gives a very natural performance in this film. He's really, really likeable character. But yeah, just such an amazing cast with, of course, the people I mentioned, but you also have Dustin Hoffman, Bobby Cannavale, Scarlett Johansson a little bit, and a really cool cameo, which I won't ruin here. I love the passion for food in this film. It actually just sort of makes you want to make amazing food like that. All the food just looks amazing. But yeah, it's a really funny, really heartwarming film. I love Jon Favreau. I think this might be his best film for me. It's between this and the first Iron Man. But yeah, I absolutely love this film, and it's definitely my favourite first watch of 2024.
Is this boring to you?
No, I like it.
Yeah, well, I love it. Everything that's good that's happened to me in my life came because of that. I might not do everything great in my life. Okay, I'm not perfect. I'm not the best husband, and I'm sorry if I wasn't the best father. But I'm good at this. And I want to share this with you.
There you go. Yeah, just a bit of a more basic video. But yeah, I wanted to get this up, and better late than never, basically. I wanted to get this up earlier. But yeah, I'll hopefully have some director rankings and stuff up soon. But yeah, thank you for watching.